Yeah, probably be getting a haircut maybe tomorrow. Who knows? What's up, everybody? Man, Ohio's still dealing with 300,000 power outages. That is nuts. What's up, guys? Hey, good morning, Karen. Good morning, Dennis. AZ Watchwoman. Hey, what's up? Good to see you here. AZ Watchwoman's royalty here, the very first star family member. Good morning, William. Good morning, guys. What's up, Peaches? 3472. Hi. I used to know uh, Peaches a long time ago. That was her nickname. Hey, what's up, Ocean Stars? Good to see everybody here this morning. We ain't doing nothing special, just talking, man. Uh, what's up, Michael? Good to see you. Thank you, Ocean Stars. Feeling better. Got my voice back, at least 90% of it. Uh, so thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, got a little sleep, which always helps. But man, I lost my voice there for a couple days. Jeez. But you know what? There's a tree that blooms out here in Arizona. I think it's called a Palo Verde. I'm not 100% sure. But damn, every time that thing blooms in the spring, and it's always in March, not every year, but there are some years that, not just me, there's other people too. Your upper respiratory, lose your voice. That's weird. Yeah. Snowing in Alberta this morning. Wow. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Donna from Scotland. Hey, love from Arizona. Feeling better. Yeah, I got my voice back. Now I can talk. Are we all ready for the day? It's going to be a good one. Yeah. What's up, Tinker? Thank you, Ocean. Yeah, we try to make every day a good day. I'm gonna be honest with you though, and I always am. Uh, been dealing with a scammer here lately, guys. Um, yeah, it hasn't been good. It has not been good. This has been going on for, well, this is month three. So I think I mentioned this maybe yesterday. I don't know, maybe not, but wow. I never thought because I'm pretty cautious. I know better than to click on links and this scam email and stuff like that. I just delete it. Of course, we all do. Um, we're getting spam phone calls every day to the tune of anywhere from two to five. It just depends on the day. Spam phone calls that we don't answer. I was on the verge of getting rid of my phone number. Good morning, Kitana. Michael, yes, you have a medium risk for tornadoes tomorrow, primarily through central and southern Arkansas. Yes, sir. Donna D, yeah, they are scum. You know, uh, I'm in a unique situation here. I figured out who the scammer is. I have his name. I have his name. I have a picture of him. Um, and I'm not happy with this cat. Yeah, he did something bad to me and my family. So I don't know how or what to do. I'll tell you where it's through. It's through Facebook. And then when you try to get help from Facebook, it's next to impossible to get to a real person. And then when you do, they don't address the situation. They talk about something totally unrelated. And it's like, okay, it's like somebody breaking into your house, God forbid. The police show up. You finally get somebody to show up to take care of the situation, write a report or whatever. And the police don't talk about the home invasion or whatever. They start talking about the weather and say, yeah, it doesn't look like your house got struck by lightning. No, 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 no. Somebody broke into our garage. Yeah, have a good day. It's like, what? They don't even talk about the situation. Yeah, Michael, I don't know about you guys, but our phones, I was close to getting rid of my phone. I really was. I've never been like that. I finally found a way to deactivate all these scam calls. Um, Hell, I was interfering with my work. So disrespectful. Um, I was going to get rid of my number. I'm sorry about that, Katana. Yeah, they're bad. They are so bad. It is a mental strain, Donna. Um, very much so. Yeah, I try to stay focused and stay positive. I have those scam calls every day. I don't answer them. Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, we get them every day too. Every day. My phone, which is right here, and my wife's phone, between the two of us, we get anywhere from 5 to 10 a day. Mine, I have finally, I was going to get rid of my number. I was just going to totally get rid of it because I didn't want it. I didn't want the aggravation. You know what I mean? So about that time, I got to looking through the phone, and I had to deactivate my voicemail, which I'm like, okay, that's fine. If my family needs to get a hold of me, um, I deactivated my voicemail. So they can't leave me messages now. And then I found a way to silence the calls so that my phone's not, ringing and it's a scam call or whatever. So now what it does, it silences those calls, but for some reason, they can still leave a text message. Um, and I just swipe, swipe, swipe. Still get anywhere from 2 to 4, maybe 5 a day. Who okays that? Who thinks it's okay to harass the American public like that? That's not okay, man. Somebody is allowing that, whether it's the phone carrier, I don't know, but somebody is allowing it to happen. That is so disrespectful to the American people. And it may be happening around the world. I don't know. I can only speak for myself and other people that have made comments. Yeah, Facebook, man. Yes, Michael. Uh, I do work over there. And wow, it's kind of a long story, but no, I had a scammer somehow or another infiltrate my account. Yeah, exactly, Chisaler. There you go. Car warranty, loans, like they know people need money. So they're trying to, this loan sharking, oh yeah, they're going to offer you a loan at, like 90% interest. Since when was that a thing? Since when did credit card interest go from, 9, 10, 11% up to 28? Who allowed that? Yeah, things have just gone off the rails. They really have. So I don't know. That's a story for another day. You're right, Patricia. We are living in times like never before. It did not used to be like this. Things used to be pretty cool. I remember like the 80s. Of course, I was a kid, in the prime of my life, so that's always everybody's best years. But I don't remember people, adults around me, being stressed. If you had a job, everything was copacetic. It was okay. You could pay your mortgage, you could pay your rent, you could have a nice car and afford your car payment. Today, that's just not possible for most people. There's a lot of people working full-time jobs, living in their cars. Why is that okay? You know? Good gosh. It's bad. It's terrible. It did, Donna. It did. Yeah, yeah, it did. That's why it's been so stressful, Donna. Yes, it did affect us monetarily. It sure did. In fact, it hurt us. Hmm, well, I'm not going to get into the personal side, too much details, but um, a lot. It hurt us a lot. Yeah. So that's why we've been working so hard to get it fixed, and it doesn't seem like Facebook wants to help us. Like I said, anytime we get a hold of somebody, they're no help. And it's like, wow, we have the name, we have the date, the time that our account was compromised, and it's like they just overlook it. No, thank you, Donna. Yeah, they got us pretty good, just so you know. So be careful out there. 80s were great, Tammy Kenny. Yeah, 80s had good music. You know what? I can't even tell you um, the name of a popular song just in 2025, 2026, 2024, for that matter. I don't know. I don't know any of the artists. I don't know. I still listen to the old 80s stuff. I do. That's right. I still do. My playlist is full of 80s, some 90s, but honestly, mostly 80s. Yeah, yeah. My music playlist is full of 80s. There's no new stuff on there. None. I don't recognize it. Half the songs I don't even understand. Yeah, yeah, Katana. I don't know. Thank you, Donna. Yeah, uh, I just hate to ask. You know what I mean? Just want to try to figure it out. Hey, what's up, Braxy? But thank you, Donna. Yeah, it set us back pretty good. It put a hurting on us in a bad way. I don't share those parts of my life because everybody's got their own struggles and stuff like that, and we would have been fine if it wasn't for that. Yeah, we've been fine. But set us back. So we just go deeper in debt. Yeah, yeah, don't want to do that, but don't have any choice. Wouldn't have. Wouldn't have. Yeah, I know my playlist. I don't know if I can show you. That's not on this one here. What is it? Oh, maybe it is. Uh, what do I have on here? I got a lot of different songs on here. Creedence Clearwater Revival, Eddie Money, Elton John, Golden Earring, Journey, Leonard Skinnard, Molly Hatchet, Rare Earth, Scorpions, Stevie Nicks, Three Dog Night, Tina Turner, Van Halen, The Fifth Dimension, AC/DC, Bananarama, Bee Gees, Bob Seger, Bon Jovi, The Clash. A lot of these are one-hit wonders, but there's some of the songs I still like to this very day. Thank you, Donna, for the thoughtfulness. That's very kind of you. Yeah, I don't want to have to do that, but it's not good. If I could just get some help from Facebook, we'd get back on track. But right now, we just kind of went off track. Oh my God, the best musicians. I know Katana, right? They're mine. Those are my favorites, some of my favorites. In fact, probably most of my favorites. Um, when I'm out working in the yard, which I was yesterday, I had to fix a sprinkler in the front yard that was broke. Um, Finally got that fixed. It's gonna get hot here soon, and gotta have all that working. So can't pay somebody to come do it, so I got to do it myself, which is fine. I've always had to fend for myself, so I get that. Not anything new. Hey, Gnostic Wizard Forest, the 333 family. Yeah, buddy. Donna, we're all here, many of us for many years, so we'll all help completely appreciate everything all the time that you do. Yeah, for many years. So drop a like. I don't know if I can. Thank you, Donna. That's very, very kind. I don't have a link to drop. I don't know how to do that in here. I don't know what to do. Oh, you know what? It's over on my website. If I can leave a comment, how can I leave a comment here? MrMBB333.com. Yep, they're all right there. MrMBB333.com. I did put that up about 3 weeks ago. I never mentioned that, but 4 weeks ago. But yeah, it's right there. MrMBB333.com. Thank you. But yeah, they got me good. Sad. Here's the guy. You want to see the guy? I'll even show you the guy that got me. I know who it is. And that's what, man, I know who these people are. I do. I know who they are. You want to see him? This guy right here. That guy. This guy right here. His name. He's on my account, and I don't know him. He took over control of my account, diverted my earnings away from me. He did. And they don't seem to understand that he is on my account and diverted what little earnings I did make over there. Took them. Yeah, that guy right there. I don't know him personally. I've never heard of him. From what I understand, he's from Syria. I don't know the guy. I've never heard of the guy, but somehow he got control of my account and became the financial administrator. Why would I give that guy the financial administrator to my own account? Why would I do that? That's what Facebook doesn't seem to understand. I didn't do that. And I tell him and tell him and tell him, look, this guy has no affiliation with me. I don't know him. And he's done something to my account. Oh, well, looks like it's going to be snowing today in Michigan. I'm talking about a guy that took over my account, and they just don't get it. So I don't know what to think. Yeah, that's the guy. And they diverted it to, yeah, they don't know. I know. I know now. And they did diverted it to right here. See this right here? That's where they diverted it to. This cat. That right there. hmm So that's something that I've been working on, trying to figure out what happened, man. Why y'all let somebody do that? I don't know, Braxy. They don't seem to. Makes me wonder if they're working on the inside because I explain it to them in black and white. This guy has control of my account. Oh yes, Michael. Yeah, Michael. Now this is a different department, Michael. They're giving me the runaround. Classic, they're giving me the runaround. I'm giving them the information. They don't even have to do the work. I did it for them. Here's the guy. He's right on my account. Yes, Michael. We'll get that to the right department, and they do their investigation. And I'm like, okay. Will you please repeat what I said? That guy hacked my account. Yes, Michael. We'll get that to the proper department. And then the proper department calls and says, "Oh, you know what? Your account isn't in good standing. Did you do anything about the guy being on my account?" Oh, what guy? Yeah, we didn't talk about that. That's a different department. Okay. So beware, man. Yeah, they put me in a bad spot. No, it's not. No, it's not, Patricia. Does anyone know how to contact Facebook? Oh, you have a similar issue? Good luck, Ocean Stars. It is a faceless company. You have to go through something that's called, the only thing I can give you a little bit of advice. Um, uh, Ocean Stars. There's a thing if you go to your Facebook page, look for oh man, let me look and see here. It's called uh, it's called Meta Support, and it's a little chat that'll come up in the lower right hand corner of your screen, and if maybe just maybe you'll be able to set up a meeting with a real person. Now, they may make you wait 6 hours. They'll tell you that they're coming right on, and 6 hours later, they'll show up in this chat. And maybe, just maybe, they'll call you. Um, but so far, with two calls, we've gotten nowhere, and we've given them the information. So if you can't sign in, here's the thing. We even here recently, less than a week ago, changed our password, and we can't even change our own password. And we've told them that. Now you would think that these are the people that have the access to the back office and can see exactly what's going on. Look, I have a website right here. I can go to the back office of my website and see everything that goes on here. They think everybody's so dumb. I know they can see what's going on. I know that, okay? And they're acting like they can't. So it leads me to believe it's concerning that, um, again, they just act like everybody's so tough. I built this website from bare bones. I know how all that works. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know how the whole scamming part works and all that because I'm not a scammer. I'm an honest guy. Um, but anyway, yeah, we can't even change our own password. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's going to snow in Michigan today. Brother, I just told you I can't change my own password. Yes, Michael, we'll get that to a different department, Michael. So good luck, man. Yeah, can't change your password. Well, look around and you got to dig deep and you got to dig in places that you didn't even know existed. And you'll run across, if you start running across these names that you can't pronounce, somebody has compromised your account. You got to look in correspondence. You've got to look in places. I'm telling you, click on every link. Go down to the lower left-hand side where it says settings. And then there's tools down there. Just start clicking on things and then read the page. You've got to read the page. If you see a name on there that you can't pronounce, you've been compromised because you didn't give them authorization to go onto your account. It's happening. Yeah, it is happening. It's sad. Yeah, you're right. Wizard's Forest. Katana, I'm thinking about it. I really am. Thank you, Scott. I should. Yeah, it set me and my family back considerably. Very much so. No, it doesn't seem like bubonic. It doesn't seem like Facebook or Meta seem to care at all. Yeah, it's not what it used to be, Patricia. It's definitely not. It's I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I'm just kind of at a loss for words that they do business like that. Um, yeah, it's disappointing. It's disappointing. So, don't know. It's the world we live in today. Yeah, just start looking around every little thing you can click on. There's a lot of moving parts over there. I'm just saying, um, just click. You're not gonna hurt anything at this point. That's the way I looked at it. And if you start seeing names in there attached to admins, a financial admin, or just even a general admin, it sounds like somebody has made themselves an admin over your account and you didn't know anything about it. So they're deflecting your emails to them. So if you're trying to change your password or security code, the security code goes to them. It's really bizarre. Really bizarre. And if you do get a hold of somebody, they're very nice and they seem to be, understanding and want to be helpful, but they're no help. You're right, Katana. You're welcome, Ocean Stars. Yeah, I wish I could make it go away for you, but it's it's bad. It's bad. And it almost gives you the impression that there's somebody involved on the inside because you can't get a straight answer. I up there and gave them a name of somebody that's infiltrated my account, and they completely ignored, the information I gave them. That's pretty important information, and you just ignore it. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all. And you straight up ask them why. It's like somebody signing a check of yours. Why is this person's name on my, thing? Yes, it's going to snow in Michigan today, Michael. You just totally ignored a very important piece of information that I gave you. It's very frustrating. Yeah. YouTube has been safe. YouTube's like been around for a long time. They seem to have, you know, things together. Yeah. But I will say this. I will say this. Be very careful, guys. I just got a scam email about 5 days ago. Somebody impersonating YouTube, and I didn't click on it. They were trying to get me to click on my Google account, and I didn't do it. But unfortunately, there's people out there impersonating YouTube and Google. I just got that email seriously 5 days ago. Um, and what else? I don't get anything from Facebook. No, I think all my mail is deflected to the scammer. Yeah, it's pretty wild. But no, YouTube's been solid. It is very tiring, bubonic. It's very, very tiring. And then if you do get to somebody on the inside, they just don't resonate with you. They don't connect with what you're trying to tell them. I don't know if it's on purpose. Um, it creates another whole new layer of frustration that compounds the situation that you're already in. You know your account's been compromised by a person you don't even know, and they can't even repeat the person's name. You're giving it to them. This is when they did it, December 5th. They did it December 5th. Do something about it. Yes, Michael, it's going to snow in Michigan today. What's that got to do with the hackers that hacked my account? Yes, Michael, it's going to snow in Michigan today. Yeah, I get that. Get that. I had someone 3 days ago impersonating SpaceX trying to get me to click. Yeah, some maham, don't click on any links. Terrible three. Our phones, man. You know what? I almost got rid of my phone. I seriously did. I was this close from just calling up my service provider and taking my phone number completely off. I didn't want it. I was so frustrated with these scam calls. That's what I'm saying. Everything it seems like here, just in the last, especially this past year, it's gone off the rails with regard to scam calls and scammers online. It's grown exponentially. I know that it's always been there. I get that. It's gotten worse to the point where I wanted to get rid of my phone. I've never been like that. It's so disrespectful that whoever the leaders are that allow this to happen, um, it's just very disrespectful to think it's okay to just blow up somebody's phone all day long. And it starts right at 8 o'clock in the morning and it goes on until 6 or 7 o'clock at night. You're right there, Sam. Nothing worse than a thief. Yes, I have been stolen from. Yes. Ocean stars. No, this was actually, believe it or not, a real person. I was being a little bit facetious, when I said, "Oh, it's snowing in Michigan." I guess they just changed the subject. If I give them the name, hey, here's the guy's name. It's right here. Yes, Michael, that's a different department. We'll let them do their investigation. I can't do that part of the investigation. Well, how long will this take? Do you have any idea? What about the money they diverted out of my account? Where did it go? Isn't that a crime? Yes, Michael, that's well, they'll handle that. They'll take care of that in their department, and then we'll talk about that. And it never happens. It just never happens. It's just a big lie. It's a big lie. And yes, some of it is AI, especially if you're doing the chatbot thing. That's AI. I don't even really like to fool with that because you know that you're not going to get anywhere with that. Terabell. Right, right. There you go. That's exactly right, Linda. That's what I do. If they're not in my contacts, then I probably don't want to talk to them. I think like you do. So yeah, I don't block my family, of course not. But I'm just like you. If they're not in my contacts, then chances are I don't need to talk to them. It has gotten worse, Brax. It's terrible. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of AI at this point. It's not really that helpful. I don't think. AI monitors these chat rooms and stuff like that, and then gives you a summary of what you're talking about every 10 minutes, and sometimes the summary isn't even right. You know what I had to do, Linda? I had to turn off my voicemail. Yeah, I had to turn off my voicemail. I literally turned it off. I turned it off right before I was going to get rid of my phone number. I was going to get rid of it. I'm like, you know what? I'm an old school guy. Life goes on without a cell phone. I know for a fact it does. People can drive from their house to a friend's house without getting a phone call or a text. I know that's okay. I lived in that world. It's fine. Everything's fine. There's nothing so important that you have to take a phone call while you're driving a 4,000-pound car. No, it's not that serious, man. It didn't used to be, but nowadays everything is an emergency to where you have to take a phone call while you're driving a 4,000-pound automobile. Not me. I won't do it. I never did used to. I didn't learn to drive like that. So, as far as me getting rid of the phone number, no problem. I hear you, bubonic, in some ways. That's why I say I'm not totally against it. There are some good components to it. Yes, I agree. But it's got a long ways to go. I had the chat bot. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had Chat GBT, and I had it for about 3 months. And it kept on a couple of occasions it was consistently wrong, and it started kind of an argumentative dialogue with me, and I knew it was wrong, and I just finally said, "You're fired." Went over and deleted my subscription. um, and you know what it was about? It's the weirdest thing. It was telling me, I don't know, I was researching because you guys know silver and gold has been going through the roof. So I was just looking to see if we had any, maybe a silver dollar sitting around. Um, I was just curious. I'm like, wow, gold and silver has really gone up. Trust me, I ain't got any. But a Morgan silver dollar, I did have one. And the back of it, it says, "In God we trust." Well, this chat GBT was trying to tell me that it was fake. Like, it's not fake. I know better. It's not fake. Got it from the bank long time ago. Um, it said no real Morgan silver dollar says "In God we trust." And I'm like, that is incorrect information. So it kept wanting to argue with me about that. So I just deleted that too. Yeah, I said, you're done. You're fired. If you're sitting here giving me inaccurate information on something so basic, you're fired. I can't depend on you. So I just soon figure it out myself. So you got to be careful. The information that it does give isn't always right. Yeah, I think sometimes that AI just starts throwing answers until something sticks, until you say, "Oh, okay, that's it." You ultimately decide whether it's right or wrong. You are the ones that's making AI smart, because you're confirming whether its responses are correct or incorrect. In my case, that one instance, it was incorrect. It was clearly wrong and wouldn't back off. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you other than you're fired. And I stopped my subscription. Yeah, I hear you, Braxy. Yeah, life was fine. Yeah, absolutely. I did. I had to delete my voicemail, almost deleted my phone number until I found a way to silence all the calls that came in from these, and it finally worked. I don't get them anymore. I did. I typed in "you're fired," and that's the last communication I had with ChatGPT. I said "you're fired." I went over to my subscriptions and canceled it, and I haven't been back. Katana had some biblical information wrong. Linda, I don't mess with ChatGPT. I don't either. Not since it got something that like that so basic wrong, and then wanted to argue about it. I'm like, what the heck? It's pretty basic. No, it's not like it's something super complex. Good morning, Greg. How you doing there, buddy? From LaSalle, Illinois. Recently was in an elevator at the courthouse to vote. A woman on the elevator.com asked me for private. Wow. I know, me too, Katana. No, it's okay, Bubonic. We're just talking about general stuff. Um, yeah, I was just talking about how I got scammed over on Facebook. I had a scammer infiltrate my account, and I just showed you who it was. I figured it out, and, I'm actually telling them who did it, and they just kind of deflect and want to talk about something else, not their department, when you can get to somebody because primarily it's a faceless company. Yeah, so if you have any type of an issue, um, you're on your own, and then there's nothing you can do. So, yeah, you know what, TJ Daily, you're right there. Life was less stressful without smartphones. We weren't built to sustain all the fear they threw through the fight or flight. It's just nonstop. You know what it is? I think TJ Daily, it's we're trying to process too much information. You know what I mean? Back in the day, pre-smartphone and stuff like that, you were processing the task at hand. You know what I mean? Now you're consumed with all the world's problems, and it's just a constant battlefield in your mind. That's what it creates, a constant nonstop battlefield. It's hard to sleep sometimes. You wake up thinking about it. It's just overwhelming. Everybody's overwhelmed, and it makes you tired. You're stressed out just from overthinking. It didn't used to be that way. Everything was chill. Everything was chill. No joke. Everything's cool, man. Now people are uptight, thinking weird thoughts because they saw a TikTok or whatever, a short, and it's like, where did that information come from? Well, I saw it on. Oh, okay. TMI, too much information, too much information. That's what I think, Bubonic. People are overwhelmed with information. So you can't make sense of any of it. You got to solve one thing at a time. So we're hearing about more scams, supposedly the scams in Minnesota, the scams all over the place. But you go from that to something else, to something else, to something else, to something else, and you can't figure out one thing without something else coming at you that's equally as confusing. It's like, what? How is something like that happen? Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Did you hear about this? Oh, did you hear about that? Oh, did you hear about that? It's just constant all day long. and then by the end of the day, you're just mentally fried. Yeah, you're right there, Katina. It did that to a lot of people, especially when it's your job. You're right, Ocean Stars. Have you seen the saucers? No, I haven't. Who asked me that question? Beam 8276. I don't. I'm not quite sure I understand what you mean there, buddy. Um, no, I've never seen any saucers. I haven't seen a show called The Saucers. No. Yeah, but just be careful out there, guys. If you get emails or especially these scam phone calls that are all day long in today's world, that's another thing. You can't get a minute's peace without getting a scam phone call. Um, Scam emails. God, I had to get rid of an email here recently that I had for years because it was just overrun with just garbage. And yet I learned that that was the email that I'd used for like 10 years, but it's also the email that you give out at, unassumingly, at your local grocery store. Oh, hi, sir. Do you have an email? Would you like to become a VIP member? And I asked him, I'm like, isn't everybody a VIP member? Because without customers, you don't have shit. Oh, well, yeah, that's a good point. Well, everybody standing in this line's VIP. Why do I have to give you my email to become a VIP customer? And she thought about it. She's like, you got a good point. Everybody in here is VIP. See, they're soliciting your information. But I guess the moral of the story is I'd given that email out, unassumingly, to businesses, stuff like that, to get a discount for this or a discount for that. So many times over the years that that email became so overwhelmed with solicitation junk email that was actually getting into my primary inbox instead of the spam box. I had to get rid of it. It's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, there used to be a day, Ocean Stars, when you had to go to the library. I was telling my son the other day about a term paper I wrote in high school, and I had to refer to a book when I wrote the 10-page, it was just a small one, a little 10-page, I think I was a freshman in high school, but I had to refer to a book or two books or three books. I couldn't just get on the internet or ask ChatGPT to write it for me. I had to do it. I had to think. I had to research it. I had to go find books and write it out in my own words on my own paper with my own writing utensil. Today, you can just tell ChatGPT, "Hey, I need a 10-page essay on the sinking of the Titanic." 10 seconds, you've got it, and you're done. So you don't have to think. Just kind of proofread it. Yeah, sounds good. Turn it in. I don't know. I mean, yeah, speeds up your workload, but we're talking about not having to think. Yeah, you're right, Linda. I know, Ocean Stars. You got it. So you had to switch your email too. I know. I did too. Solutions for recovering Facebook on YouTube. Oh, thank you there, Becklington. I'm telling you, it's been this is the third month trying to get a resolution, and you'd think something like this would, maybe the first person you talk to that legitimately works for, say, Facebook, should be able to fix it, right? No, no, you got to send 1,000 requests, maybe get a real person, maybe not, and nothing gets resolved. Still can't even change my own password. So I've all but given up on Facebook. Yeah, they let me down. Their thumbs up is this sad. Got a good thing, but something happened over there, man. I know, Ocean Stars. I think about that sometimes, the current generation. Yeah, I do. Life was a lot simpler back in the day. Yeah, you're right, TJ Daily. But back in the day, life was simpler. It really was. Um, People hide behind keyboards and do nefarious things to people, and I don't know. That's just the world we live in, man. I guess there's always been thieves and stuff like that. It's just a different kind of thief. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know what to do about it. Try to protect yourself. You're definitely onto something there with the cognitive overload. Yeah, the various dopamine addiction patterns we're exposed to constantly leaving people seeking constant validation. You're right. Very, very well put there, Bubonic Nugs. Very well put. And that's what I think's going on, people. They're just mentally overloaded with information. Your mind is like a computer processor all day long, especially if you're on scrolling through these sites. You go from one extreme to another, and it's all day long. You're right there, Marlene McNeil. There are a lot of phenomenal people out there. Absolutely, there are. There always has been. I'm just saying it's just a different world. They don't remember the world. They don't know the world. Like, for instance, TJ Daly talking about going out and going four-wheeling for the weekend. People can't put their phones down long enough to go four-wheeling in this day and age. They get anxiety if they're not in possession of that phone or taking a picture of their food or having to record the four-wheeling experience. I used to go four-wheeling back in the day. You just went four-wheeling and had fun. Oh, I got to record this and record the tire and record the road. You know, Uh, it's like people are born with these devices in their hand, and that's all they know. We know a different world when times weren't like that. That's all. And it was pretty cool. As far as, technology advancements and things like that. If you'd have told somebody back, when I was a kid, oh, hey, you'll be able to hold a little piece of glass basically in your hand and take a picture and send it to somebody 1,000 miles away that fast, you'd be like, oh man, you're crazy. You've been watching too many episodes of the Jetsons or whatever. Well, it's true. It can happen today. Now we all just kind of take it for granted that it can do it. And it's actually pretty cool. I'm very impressed with the technology of today's world. Absolutely. It's very impressive. It's very helpful in certain regards. Sometimes, if we use it, all day long, it can be a little overwhelming. It can also be a propaganda tool. That's why, I don't watch the news. I quit watching the news, and then the news infiltrated the handheld devices and got their own apps, and now they're pushing the news on the apps. I still don't watch it, but once you start seeing, like me, you've seen so many years of lying and untruths and stuff like that. Um, I just have no use for it. I can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. I haven't watched the news since 2019, late 2019, early 2020. I turned it off and I never looked back. No way. Absolutely, I agree with you, Braxy. Of course. No, our current generation's great. No, we're not judging. Absolutely not. We're just comparing generations, of how life used to be. That's all. We're not saying anything good or bad about the current generation. Hey, what's up there? Yeah, Yeshua Green 00. Good to see you, man. Yeah, wow, that's a long time ago. You're right. That's kind of when I started this journey. Yeah, you're right. Back in bless you, brother. Back in 2011. You're absolutely right. 2012 is when we saw the big sphere fall off the sun. That's one thing I do love about this technology. I can use satellites and look at things I never dreamt I'd ever be able to look at in the capacity that I can. So I love to study the sun, and I do study the sun and how the sun works, and learned a lot. And I'm very thankful for that information. I've studied the earth in ways I never thought I'd be able to study. I've learned a lot. I've taught myself through a variety of different ways for 20 years, actually. Um, almost, well, no. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it has been 20, it has been 20 years. Okay. But I've learned a lot about the earth. I'm very thankful for that knowledge. You bet. And I wouldn't have had that knowledge if it hadn't been for, technology and accessing satellites and different types of things. Absolutely. That's cool. Thank you, Bubonic. Oh, Beckleyton. Yeah, remember faxing when faxing first came out? Oh, wasn't that wild? Beep, 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 beep. Oh my God. And it worked. And then the image or the document would show up, 100 miles away, 200 miles away. That was a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, faxing. Are faxes still a thing? Do people still use fax machines? Sorry, guys, my voice is a little in and out. I don't know. I don't have one. Well, I think we do have one over there. I think it has faxing capabilities. I know, right? Faxing was kind of cool back in the day. Yeah. Okay, cool. TJ, I don't know. Um, I know that printer that's sitting over there. Um, I think it has faxing capabilities, but I'm not sure. But yeah, right there, some people still use it, of course. Absolutely. Faxing's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, guys, it's been a pleasure. As always, I'm gonna hop off here and go grab some breakfast. All I've had today is just a little piece of toast. My wife's been making homemade bread here for the last month and a half, and we haven't bought a loaf of bread from a grocery store in 6 weeks, almost 7 weeks now. So it is delicious. I highly recommend it if you can, make it happen, make it happen. Um, Wonderful, wonderful. So I'm gonna go have something to eat. I'm a little bit hungry. Yeah, it's good, Linda. It really is. You know, compared to the stuff we used to get at the store, it's not even in the same galaxy. It's really not. And something else too, if it's not eaten in like a week, it starts to spoil. Unlike the bread that we were getting at the store, that would last over a month. So it's like, okay, how's this stuff not spoiling, going bad? Because I remember growing up as a kid. Once mom took a loaf of bread out of the freezer, you had to eat it within like a week or it would uh, start to go spoil. Absolutely. Okay, guys. Yeah, till next time, guys, have a blessed day. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning, and I'll talk at you later. Be safe out there.